What's good? You rocking with your boy TheCzarr, All Rights Reserved. I just want to take the time to welcome lilpanamaro, aka Miss Lore. I want to welcome her kin to CommenterNation. Yes, one of the individuals kin are in CommenterNation. I have not spied Victor yet, but I got certain people in CommenterNation that do research on different commenters that I have. So thankful to y'all. Thanks everybody who's doing these type of investigations on the side. Yes, she is with us, and I do have, shout to Miss M, I do have individuals that are well versed and well knowledgeable about different people who show up as commenters and make comments. They put it this way: most of you have been already saw, whether you're a superstar, whether you're some type of relative to a person I speak on, we know who you are. And you have already been spoken on if you've ever commented, so keep commenting. It's too late now. Shout to her. I'm not going to put her name out there, but you share the same last name, which allows me to believe that because your location and your last name match, you're related. If I'm wrong, hop in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. I'm not going to say your commenter name. I am going to say, however, that yes, I've looked at it thoroughly, and no, we're not just jesting with different subjects we bring up or comments we bring up. And you can speak your mind. And these aren't grandmas, as you stated in the comments. They're actually well-known people, most of them professionals, some of them superstars, believe it or not. So I get where your, let's say, jest comes in at, where your jest comes in at, but understand that I'm very particular about the different information I release, and we're very particular about different subjects we do. So we took into account these type of incidents that may occur and the type of, let's say, unexpected entries that we'll have in the near future, especially with the content that I'm waiting to bring out this weekend. So thank you for joining us, and you're part of CommenterNation. I have no hate towards you. There's no hate even towards your relative. It is just relativity of information that is being discussed to bring out certain subjects that we feel is relevant. That's all. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing outlandish. It's just reality. And that's where we bring our information, and that's how we speak about it. Be safe to everyone in the North Carolina area where the hurricane's about to hit, as well as in Georgia, Florida, all of those places. I also want to come out and say that yes, I am beginning to put together more stories. I even have more information sent today that co-signs even more information that I released very, let's say, meticulously. And it's not even that I'm aiming to place blame, but I want people to speak up in terms of things they said they know. If you know it, speak up. Just like I expect of myself and my commenters expect of me. I'm not going to play with evidence. I'm not going to play with subjects and different things that I release. I'm just going to be blatant about it and speak on it in certain ways. I'm going to speak on it in a respectful way to not slander or come at anyone's neck, but just speak the truth. Speak the truth, you know. And that's all we can do, and that's what's expected of us as human beings to the situation, including investigators. Now, I haven't even gotten that far, but I have some alleged information that shows some investigators may have slighted different releases of content involving relations or people who were deemed to have been responsible in some way, shape, or fashion. That's another issue that I'm trying to combat mentally and see to myself, why would that be the case? And ask myself why that would be the case. And, you know, we could speculate all day, but ultimately there's something being held back. And I have ideas of what it is, but I don't speak my mind and theories unless I have a full-on theory to go with the situation, more so that I'm starting to get mental reasons why people would not do what this is that CommenterNation does. I respect all of you. I respect all of your grind, professional, business, however it goes. Hit me up behind the scenes to further that. To everyone that's in the Ohio area, again, reach out so we can have a conversation. That's very important. I also want to put out there that coming up this weekend, it's going to be a further extension, but the names may differ. But just because Tentacions won't be in the names, I only have so much space to speak on things, and even talking about them, it's going to be linked in the playlist what story it links to. So check out my playlist, especially RIP Tentacion, if you want to get more information. Get ready for more CommenterNation playlist release. It's going to be released in both, as I've been doing, because it's about the situation, but it's also commenter influenced. So that's going to be recognized. Shout to everyone that's part of CommenterNation that stepped out for a while, but they're back in full force. I appreciate that. It's only going to help me to concur stronger conclusions on information and topics that everyone wants to hear. I can't wait to speak on it. I can't wait to have your interaction on the different situations by opinion. And I will continue to look at comments and deem them necessary for a CommenterNation release as we move forward. I just had things I had to say. And if I have something I have to say, I'm going to say it. And it's not going to be linked to a commenter if it's not relevant to what the commenter said. Even if it is relevant, it will be of my opinion. So I do not link them unnecessarily. But necessarily, everyone's going to get the credit they deserve. Thank you for hitting me up on Instagram. Thank you for everyone pushing the website that speaks with me about business. Continue on Twitter to follow me capital ALL, capital CZARR, and that's going to have a lot of updated information as we move forward as well. I'm not going to withhold anything from the CommenterNation or anyone that's looking to come to some type of conclusion. We're just going to keep pushing ahead. That's how we make this channel rock. That's how this channel moves. We're not going to work with half-truths. That's why I break down stories and topics in different segments to cover different questionable or inquisitive situations. There's not any type of one unanimous way that I'm moving with the information. It's moving the way the information is handed. And no to the comments that said, are you at a standstill with information? I just rather speak on certain things when I have time to fully cover it. That's why I do not mention things unless I have the time to fully go through it. And I will continue to address major YouTubers as I see certain information, because that's part of what they're doing. So part of what I can do, instead of mentioning their name for clout, is to respond back in the most respectful and honest way, because honesty and truthfulness is what matters most in our society, in a dying generation that can't seem to do that, including an older generation attempting to silence or overshadow the accomplishments of a newer generation that's coming up, that's much more skilled, regardless of the experience you have put into the situation. We're skilled, and that's all there is to it. And shout to the older generation that rocks with me and, you know, gives me accolades and different things. But it's us as a team, it's you as a supporter that allows this information to be so vital and allows everything I do to be recognized, even in an ingenious way, regardless of how you give me those comments. I'm thankful for it, and that's part of why I don't respond to every commenter, even when you're saying things, because I think that you make up a larger part of what it is I do than I do myself. It's all about having a smart audience, and a lot of you are very smart, so you catch on to a lot of things I say, whether I come out and blatantly say it or not. And I'm thankful for that, because it's hard to find people whose eyes and ears go beyond the spectrum of what everyone deems as usual and deems as acceptable. We're fighting for knowledge and previews and understanding in a generation that wants to be very, let's say, sneaky and secretive in how they release information, but at the same time we're explicit with our critical thinking, and that what sets us apart from many other people who try and say, oh, I've been doing this. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. A lot of you have been dropping half-truths for decades. You've been saying you know this and that for decades and have not been true to the very mannerisms you built your channel about. And you collect the revenue, you collect the accolades, and you keep it pushing, whereas I acknowledge everyone and reach out to them to speak back to me, not just for a story, but when I do my story, I mention them part of CommenterNation. No one else does that. Everyone else takes your information and runs with it. Everyone else takes your comments and your opinions and runs with it and formulates their own as if it's their own, when in truthfulness, it would not be possible. So let's welcome the new part of CommenterNation, part of Little Panamaro's family. Welcome to our nation. Welcome to the free speech nation. So don't be hesitant to speak your truth in the thing and say, oh, people are going to criticize. People are always going to hate and criticize as long as they're not taking shots directly at you and your character and how you choose to vent your concerns or your knowledge. I don't see an issue with it. Neither do I see an issue in you speaking your opinion, being so close to the situation. Yeah, I want you to know I have people that are close to the situation as well. That's how I build my information. That's how I make CommenterNation playlists. So you can go check Commenter Recognition. That's part of CommenterNation's playlist. And I want you to go back and see your names and show people that you care about. Look, I came up with this. This is my ideology. I reached out to him with this and he talked about it. That's fine with me. That's part of why I did it in the first place. Every commenter, no matter how severely in another direction or opinionated or one-sided their comment is, deserves that recognition for the fact that they brought another very good option and opinion up, or a very good inspection or interrogation ideology to the forefront. And that's part of what we do. That's part of what I respect. Hit that description, donate, help support the channel, keep it moving. Let's get that GoFundMe to the goal. Let's make it happen. I'm looking to craft different things in the near future that are going to help to not only exploit the growth of this channel, but exploit the accolades and the accomplishments of this channel as a unit, not just as my one unanimous goal. I did it from 0 subscribers. We all came from the bottom. A lot of us came from nothing. And that's what's most important. So if you came from nothing and you work your way up, you should automatically want to be part of CommenterNation because it represents everything you stand for, about your grind to the top. And that's one of the things you'll hear a lot in the near future and the far future on how I grow and how I speak on things, regardless of how large we grow. So I want to give a shout to everyone that's been involved. Shout to everyone that helped bring information to the forefront. Keep rocking with me. You know how I rock. All rights reserved.